Morning, I'm Eric Travena from Fire and Safety Services in New Jersey. We're the Pierce dealer there. We built this truck for the City of Lambertville Fire Company in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. They're taking two trucks and combining them into one 100-foot aerial platform quint. And I'd like to show you some of the special features on this truck. This is a Velocity 70-inch cab with a 10-inch raised roof. And it also has what's called a deep notch, meaning that the center roof is notched deeper than it normally would to get a low 11'8" overall travel height with a 100-foot tower, and that's quite low for the industry. Seating for 6 with some EMS compartments inside to the rear with roll-up doors. We also have some Transverse crew cab compartments with some pike pole tubes up in here so that firefighters can get the tools they need to go attack the fire. A Hale 1500 GPM pump with a small booster reel for a 100-foot of 1-inch soft booster hose. Did some custom compartmentation, some pack track in the upper, some removable poly toolboxes, and space for the customer to mount their tools. An additional special feature we did for them is this oil dry hopper. This is a hopper that holds about 50 pounds of oil dry, or speedy dry as you may like to call it. Dumps in here, and then there's a blast gate underneath to allow you to open up and drop the speedy dry down into a bucket so you can spread it around an accident scene where fluids have leaked. We have a compartment here for the storage of 4 SCBA bottles. There's 3 here, and then there's another one stored underneath. So we have this feature on both sides of the truck for a total of 8 bottles. In the rear, we have storage for the driver's air pack. This is something that never seems to find a home. This gives the driver a place to store his entire pack and not take up any additional compartment space. Coming around to the rear, did a couple other special things. Normally there would be a door here. The customer chose to have netting instead. What they're going to do is pre-connect their 5-inch hose down here into what they call a street hydrant. That'll be mounted to the stainless plate, and that protects the Scotch light from damage. They have a traditional assortment of ladders. We also have a pull-out tray on a Slide Master tray bottom. This stores the ladder, and the department's also going to store their struts and other rescue equipment in this fashion. In the upper section here, we have 2 full-size Whalen light bars, LED rear scene lights, an arrow stick, and a rear backup camera. And it also has a side view camera on the side of the cab as well. Back here we have another storage area. This normally would be for a second hose chute going up into the hose bed. The customer chose not to have that, just have a single bed. So what we did is we put another tray in the back so they can store either a small piece of hose to connect to a hydrant or some other equipment they may use to store. Some tool boards for the customer to mount their forcible entry tools to. 4 of them. They lock in and out. They're also removable too with these pins. If you pull these pins out, you can actually take the whole board with you to the front door of the firehouse with your tools all mounted to it and do whatever you need to do with that. And it stores right back. Some pull-out trays, different things. Same air bottle compartments as we had on the other side. You slide out, tilt down trays. And more storage in here, again, similar tool boards. Also have a tool drawer down at the bottom. Above the outriggers, we have cord rails, one each side.
Center mount and velocity cab, or we didn't spec it
Above
out.
that, there's storage for a little giant ladder, as well as a Dominator light recessed into that bracket.
Compartments, you can have one in place of these seats. You can put a seat here.
The lights we have here are the new FRC Spectramax light. I believe it's 28,000 lumens. We set this up last night with these lights, and it was like you're standing in the middle of a football field at night. It was tremendous, the amount of light these put out. There's going to be another set in the back, and also on the aerial device has it as well, on the back, underneath, and in the front.
What I'll do is I'll just grab that component list.
An FRC pressure governor, Husky 3 foam system, some Hale master intake valves, additional transverse storage for customers' equipment. And above the pump panel, the customer chose to recess some speakers. There's actually 3 speakers that are amplified. They each have individual volume control. And then a mic and speaker box in this area. Driver's area of the Velocity, very spacious. And at the front, a Federal road array, a painted bumper, and also what's a little bit unusual with a non-extended bumper is a 2.5 discharge out the front with an 1.5 reducer. All right, that about wraps it up. Thank you for taking the tour of Lambertville's new 100-foot Pierce Velocity aerial tower.